Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 29th of October. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director of Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have Jumbo Interactive, Baby Bunting, De Grey Mining, iCar Asia and Harvey Norman. So if you have a request, send it through. Make sure you have signed up to our newsletters. If you enjoy these videos, I'd love you to share them on social media or even leave us a review on Facebook and Google. Our core business is portfolio management, so if you need extra help, if you want to make sure your portfolio is set up properly after the US election to take advantage of the next few years ahead of us, then please call me and I'll explain how I can help you. And remember, any advice is general only. So we'll start off with a daily chart of Jumbo Interactive. So we did look at this one several weeks or so ago. So there seemed to be a bit of an obvious level there at 14. It tried to break through and it's looked like it tried to go for a few days, but then clearly it failed. So gapped back under that $14 level, and that sort of failure was the signal that the share price just wasn't really going to go anywhere for a period of time. So as we could see, it's struggled, it's drifting back. To me, it just looks like it's going to head back towards the bottom of the range, which I call around $10. So I think that's sort of where we're going to next see it. Obviously, it needs to use up some more time and get to cheaper levels before it's ready to get going again. Baby Bunting, like a lot of stocks, it's traded well off those March lows. So I quite like this trend here, sort of impulsive moves, sort of corrective moves back, and then it goes for another run. So generally been doing all the right things. It's basically looked a little bit ugly over the last couple of weeks as it's failed to push through $5 and then has come back. Now the key level here is the prior lows. So when you're looking at the trend, the highs and the lows, you go back to the prior low and it really needs to hold on to that. So that's around $4. Essentially, if it can reverse off $4 and bounce nicely, then that's the next buy signal. But I think if it cracks $4, which seems to be fairly obvious support, then that would be viewed as a negative. Okay, De Grey Mining. So, nice run since the start of the year. At the moment, we're possibly seeing just a three-wave sort of corrective decline, especially when you look at that nice reversal yesterday. So maybe three waves is over, ready to rally. However, I'd just be mindful of this low here. So we could see yesterday that's where it fell short. So if it's not going to push beyond this sort of $1.20 region and overlap that, then instead of a three-wave decline, we're probably going to get a five-wave. So we've got 1, 2, 3. I suppose you could say that's 4, or it might even congest, and then 5. To me, $1 looks like a key level for it. So if it does come back, I'd like to at least see it hold that $1 level. ICQ, look, if we start off with a weekly chart, you can see that it's been possibly building a base, but is it breaking out? It's all a bit messy, really. It looks like it broke out here, got smacked back down, went to the bottom of the range. It's having another attempt. So I think we just need to go back to the daily. And what we've got here is, we've had this congestion here, like most of the market. Then in September, we could see it broke to a new high, but failed, came back. But on a positive note, it's made a higher low. So if we're looking at these lows here, it's turned at just the right spot, which is good. So heading back up again, a bit of volume coming in. So for me, at the moment, it's a hold. And we'll just have to see what it does. If it takes out this high, then that should bring in the next high levels. Okay, finally Harvey Norman, also like most retailers, traded well off the March lows. We've looked at this one a few times previously, and we've quite liked the way it's traded on the breakout here, the congestion, the next breakout, and so on. So most recently it's come to retest the February peak. Okay, so naturally it's just got a bit of resistance and come back. So not going back in a big negative way, which is good. So price action's okay. If we zoom in a bit here, what we've seen is in terms of this prior low, that's where Harvey Norman's come back to, and it's given us this nice bullish engulfing pattern. So it looks like a buy signal here to lead to higher levels. If we've got market weakness in the next sort of day or two, I prefer to see it hold on to that. Otherwise it may, bring in levels closer to 420 momentarily, but potentially we've seen the end of this congestion, and it may well be ready to start to head high now. All right, well that's all for this week. As always, if you have a request, send it through. I'll try to include your stock next Thursday.